Hey everybody, it's Ron, and I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to do a music review. I haven't done any of these. I'm actually a musician, and I thought this one would be cool to do because I used to be a big Tool fan when I still am, but when I was younger, I liked metal a lot more. I was a guitar player, and that was it. I just wanted to be like a solo guitar player and be in a metal band and play riffs and play cool songs. And then I slowly got into more songwriter type stuff, like when I listened to the Beatles or the Beach Boys or anything like that. So a lot has changed in the 13 years since Tool has released a new album, but I was still pretty excited to check it out. And for the most part, I wasn't really disappointed. I thought it was pretty solid. I think it's getting sort of mixed reviews. I don't know. I looked at a lot of the bigger publications, and they all, I think, gave it pretty positive reviews. So I'm just gonna go over like the track list and just go through it and tell you what I think about most of this. Now, I think on the digital version, you get all the interludes, which were okay. I mean, it's kind of cool if you're for the experience. You get these like moody kind of ambient things in between some of the songs, but overall, I think you could just listen to it without those if you just want to get to the point of all the tracks. So the first track that they released before the album came out was the title of the album, Fear Inoculum. It's the first track. I liked it when it came out. I thought it was pretty good. I was hoping that the rest of the album would kind of take things further from that, and it does for the most part. I loved Numa's pretty good too. I think it's like slightly better than Fear Inoculum, but the real good tracks for me at least come in with Invincible and Descending. I think these are like pretty epic. Both of them, I think Invincible's like 12 minutes long and Descending's 13, 14 minutes, and those are pretty epic. That's what I would expect from Tool after all this time, you know. So definitely pretty cool. Culling Voices, that's more of a slow, somber one, but I thought some of the chord progressions were pretty cool in that. There's one chord in it though that just seems like it's wrong. It just sounds like sort of bad. It's like just teetering on just being like a bad chord, which was pretty interesting. But overall, that track was pretty cool as well. The one major problem I have with this album is that they put just basically a drum solo at the end here. It's the song called Chocolate Chip Trip, and it's basically Danny Carey just playing a drum solo for like 5 minutes over like an electronic beat. And I just these are the things I don't understand. It's like after 13 years, like you're just gonna put a drum solo as one of the main tracks and not just like release it as a just like a bonus track. Maybe when you get a digital version or when you get the CD, maybe it comes with a different CD that has bonus tracks. And then Tempest comes in and saves it for me, though, because that's one of the better tracks. And this one's like pushing 16 minutes. It's got a great riff, great vocals. It's a little more aggressive than everything on the album. And yeah, I enjoyed it. So all the solid, like all the regular tracks, the ones that are just solid Tool songs, I enjoyed very much. I just kind of wish they would have dropped maybe the drum solo, added it as a bonus track, and then just tightened the record up a little bit more. Like all these tracks are pretty long, so I don't know. I wouldn't have been disappointed if they just had 6 solid tracks instead of adding some of the filler stuff, like the digital version and the drum solo on track 8 or track 5, I guess, if you don't count the interludes. So yeah, that's just kind of overall my thoughts. I thought it was pretty good, other than those few things, but it doesn't really hurt my enjoyment of it. A lot of cool stuff going on in it. I like that it's more of a basically like a jam session with Tool. There's not a lot of memorable choruses and stuff, and I get people's arguments or points on that. I really do. I think with Tool, I don't mind as much because it's more of an experience than 3-minute pop songs. And I thought it was kind of cool that they kind of tripped out a little bit and did their own little thing in this album. I was okay with it, but I do understand if some that rubbed people the wrong way. I know that they have a signature sound, and it's a very unique sound, but I just wish that some of the riffs weren't so close to some other riffs. Like, a lot of stuff on this reminded me of Zombie from 10,000 Days. Also, there's I think it's in Descending. The part sounds cool. That's why I'm torn on this. Is because like the riff sounded cool, but I'm like, this just is The Grudge. Like, it's just the same riff as The Grudge. And a couple other spots too, where I was, I think in the beginning of Descending as well, it sounded like something from 10,000 Days, like with the bass. And it's just a little strange to me that they would kind of repurpose some of their riffs. And maybe that was the point. I don't know. But I just feel like maybe they can work with some new tunings, and maybe next album, everything doesn't have to be in drop D. Maybe get out of their comfort zone a little bit and try to make something else. But at the end of the day, it's Tool, and I think if they went a little too different, people would complain about that. And you can't please everyone. But yeah, so I'd probably give it like a solid 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Did you listen to this album? What kind of music do you guys like? I don't really talk about music much on my channel, but I thought I'd review this. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.